Hey, Tom here, FlipAnythingUSA. So, I just got back from St. Petersburg, Florida, and looking at some properties in that general area. And, it was there. I was actually there for a wedding. It really was kind of a working trip, I guess. But it was interesting looking around. Of course, that's Ben Mala's area. He'd actually just talked about buying a property that he bought, I think, for his wife, a little retail shop, which actually is interesting. We can actually even talk about that if you guys want. But I actually drove by, took a peek at it just because I was in the area. Anyways, how many people here are actually working toward building their empire? Have you bought anything in the last year, last 2 years? What's getting in the way of you making it happen? If there is anything getting in the way of it making you happen. Also, if you would, let me know you hear me here. I just reconfigured things here, and want to make sure everything is working. According to this, it is. Hey, Delta, everything's sounding all right on that end? Morgan, oh, good. Glad to see you guys there. So, it's funny. By the way, if you just got here, wrote a book, Wake Up, Smell the Real Estate. It's been a bestseller on Amazon, Kindle, and Audible. And, I've been investing in real estate since I was 19 years old, and I've made tens of millions of dollars doing it. I have a portfolio now pushing 180,000 square feet of industrial, commercial, rentals, and there's just not a better business to be in. Real estate, like interest, it never sleeps. The rentals, every day you keep accruing more and more money that is owed to you every day. And, I have been mentoring people now here for about 2.5 years. As far as I know, I think I'm about the most successful mentor there is. I've got multiple millionaires now. In fact, you can see behind me here. If you watch this here, there's Ken. He's one. He actually called me today. And that's the other thing. I'm available. I don't just throw you a book and say, adios, figure it out, or go to chapter 12 if you have a problem or any of that sort of thing. I actually see people through the tough stuff. And these guys almost all these people here are millionaires now. Got Ken, Steve. I haven't seen Steve lately.
Yeah, let's sign this.
But what's neat about these guys is that if I don't hear from them, it's because they're out making money, and they're getting their own experiences now, and it's a wonderful thing. I've got guys that have quit their jobs, and like Liam's in here now, and Dennis is in here, Russ is in here, and there's just not a, I keep pushing it. There's not a better way, but we're going to talk about that. I'll be right back.
It's the best thing I ever did.
So, hey, Chris, I think that's Chris we got here too. Yeah, and, I was looking at some strip centers as well. So, look, everybody generally wants to buy and sell houses, and I guarantee you, it's the easiest money you can make is in houses. Buying and flipping, you got to buy it right. You got to know how to buy it, and that's what I show you in my book. And then in the mentorship, it's just next level stuff, and it's super helpful. And I've got quite a few people here in the room right now that will attest to that. In fact, I think I'm going to start doing we do a mentorship Zoom just about every Saturday, spend 3 hours together, and just going over nothing but deals, that we're doing. And I share mine, people share their own. We work it through, whether they've got contract issues or, negotiation issues or property issues, sometimes legal issues, all that sort of thing comes up. But there's not a better group, and I don't even know what the average age is. So we've got millionaire now. I'd say we've got someone in between 30s and maybe mid 50s. We've got 5 millionaires now. Ken, we're in the 60s now too. But that's how fast your life can change. I got one guy in here that he's made over $2 million, pushing $3 million. I mean, profit. That's his equity. And he's already starting to say, hey, when's it enough? Imagine investing in real estate for just 2 years and asking yourself, when is it enough? Maybe I already have enough money. maybe I already have enough to quit. That's what can happen. And of course, I love the numbers, and I love making money. And my where I've been, my money, I could live far higher at a much loftier level than I do, but I enjoy the hell out of myself. And Chris just said here he's got two closings tomorrow. Also, by the way, Liam just sent me a picture. He made $8,000. Liam's already made, I don't know, $550,000 in the last year and a half. And he sent me a picture yesterday where he sent me, hey, this isn't bad, but he made another $8,000, just $8,000. Who couldn't use $8,000, right? I guess what I have to say is I got a lot of people here that are anxious to start, but afraid to start. And, I don't know what to tell you. I'm surrounded by success with people in my mentorship. I share all my deals. I walk through properties that I've really done. I share everything I possibly can. Some, there's just nothing you can do for some people. But you guys, listen, the mentorship is open. You can still get the 1-year mentorship till the 15th. And then after that, it's going to be significantly more. And I'm probably only going to commit to 3 months at a time from that point on. But I love the tight group that we got. And by the way, those in the group here, we're going to start doing some kind of upper level group. And then, I think we'll just burn the first hour with you guys that are the, kind of the high achievers. And then we'll move to the folks that are, they got a little bit more basic stuff. They're a little bit behind you in the growth level. And, it just makes sense. But I think, and too much think about that, Russ and Liam and Chris, you guys have all made a lot of money now, and you're at a little different level than you were, a year and a half, 2 years ago. And, I think that makes sense. We can go in there and we can, talk about the important stuff that we're doing or whatever is important to you guys. Because, these guys are making, some of these guys are making hundreds of thousands of dollars per deal. And I think it's nice for the new students to see that. But then also after that hour we burn there, then I'll get into, and we'll kind of get into more, basic questions for people that, that are not so far in, not maybe, or, it really doesn't matter. They're all relevant. I can tell you, I had my dad's girlfriend, she was a very great lady, her name was Barbara, real nice lady. And she was telling me, she said she was a waitress. And she said, the money as a waitress, whether you work at a little diner, crappy little diner or a bowling alley, or if you work at the country club. She said it's the same shitty job. The difference is the country club pays a lot more. And guess what? That's how real estate is too. You can concentrate on doing the least profitable things in real estate, meaning busting your ass for just a little wholesale fee or something like that, or you can learn how to do it right. You can learn how to make money, by someone that's done it for 40 years in many, many different ways and all kinds of different properties. Otherwise you're going to be just chasing, what I mean? People just work their tails off for $1,000 deal. That's why you hear people talk about doing deals, not specifics on profit. I talk specifics on profits that I've made. And the people that you'll see in my class, these guys that are in here now, same thing. Anyways, but I was thinking, guys, we'd go ahead and do open Zoom some evenings for maybe, I might even do them the rest of this week or something. And you guys can pop in and maybe share a little bit with the new students that are hesitant to get in, or the ones that are in that, kind of see some of what they're looking forward to. But that would be cool. But so what's on your mind, Russ, Liam, anybody? Tell me what you got going. What do you want to talk about? Let's see, do you have to be good in sales to be successful in real estate? No, you do not. Listen, I've bought property without ever meeting anyone, without even talking to them. I bought properties I've never even been inside. So, but J.J. Dela Cruz here brings up a good question. It's not what you think. You know what? Is swimming what you thought it was? Is riding a bike as hard as you thought it was? There's so many things that you think. And you kind of, sometimes you talk yourself out of doing things that could be really fun and profitable because you think, I can't do that, or, that doesn't work, or, you know what I mean? You kind of talk yourself out of it because you have these preconceived ideas of how things are, and they're not like that. They're not like that at all. And that it's one of the coolest things, and that's why I tell people in the class, you just got to get through that first deal. Once you get that first deal, you're going to be going, now I can't believe I did it. And you already couldn't believe you were going to do the first one. Now you can't believe you did the one you did, and you're thinking, can I actually repeat this success again? Can I actually repeat my success again? And guess what? Once you repeat that success, you're going to find out, you can repeat it again. Hey, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel. I promise you, I will never mislead you. I will only tell you the truth. I love making money, and I do make some money on the people that I help. But that I'm helping. People are spending a couple thousand with me to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's a pretty good deal, and I love it because I'll tell you, there's nothing makes me feel better than to see a guy that can suddenly put his kids through college, or build a dream home, or retire early, that couldn't have done it if he hadn't taken time to learn a little something. And so it's a wonderful thing. Liam says he's got 2 deals. He says, I am looking at now, trying to figure now how to get both. You got 2 deals going. You want to see, that's the problem. That's the greed kicks in. Try to buy. Listen, it's just how it is. I love property. I mean, I love real estate. I love everything about it. And I am kind of a compulsive, obsessive buyer. Sometimes I try to hang on to more of it than I probably should. But I tell people all the time, learn from my mistakes, and you can never get hurt taking a profit. Don't they have things called pigs eat and hogs get slaughtered. I don't know the exact significance of that. I think they both get slaughtered. But the bottom line is, your greed will get you. Greed will get you. I had somebody actually write me. Actually, Austin wrote me, and Austin's a young man, and he's been doing this. He's been in the class for maybe a year or less. You tell me, Austin, if you're watching, let me know what. But he said, hey, Tom, I got this, and I'm not sure what to do. And I helped him, walked him through it. I said, man, get down there, get that thing signed right now. And he got it signed, got it turned, made his, 10 grand or 15 grand. I can't remember exactly, to be honest. And he's already wrote me back again. He said, Tom, I got 2 more. And I want to keep them both, but if I buy them both, I'm going to be a little bit tight. And I'm like, well, listen, that's the chance you get. Only you know what you're capable of. I don't know what you guys make, and some of you I do, but I don't know what your job is. If you make a lot of money, you can carry a lot of debt, even if you make a mistake, or if you buy stuff speculatively, which I tell you don't do. Don't buy speculatively. You don't need to. Make your money the day you purchase it, and you'll be a lot happier, safer guy. And, once you have millions and millions of dollars, then speculate, because then you can afford to. But let's go back to some of these comments here. Liam's trying to figure out how to get both deals. Well, let me know if it's really profitable, Liam. I might try to take a piece of it, go in with you. That's the other thing, partnerships. Listen, never sweat money, sweat deals, okay? Deals are what you make money on, okay? Money you can find anywhere. There's plenty of people that have money. Dennis wrote, hoping and trying to get my first deal. Can't wait to get that ball rolling. You'll do it, Dennis. Dennis is in the class. But so like I was talking about Austin, he just recently closed a deal, and now he's got 2 more, and he wants to buy them both, and he's thinking, man, if I buy them both, I don't even know the exact details. Maybe he's got a payment on both or not. I don't know. But he's in that position, and those are the decisions you got to make for yourself. But because only you know how much you can take, how much you can weather. If you're buying it right, you're not going to have any problem flipping it. But if you don't buy it right, maybe there's enough people around you that are scared and concerned that, it may be slow it a little bit. A lot of people are worried right now. Bad news, everybody's heard that, right? Bad news travels faster than good news. And that's the truth. Bad news travels faster than good news. And guess what? That's what causes panic and people to be scared and people to do foolish things and sell too cheap, which is a wonderful thing for guys like me and the folks that invest like me. So there's always opportunity. It doesn't matter. I start in the worst of times, highest of interest in my lifetime. I started in, and I didn't even know any difference. Interest rates were coming down from 14, I think maybe even 16% before they were 14. And imagine that. Imagine a mortgage, and my first mortgage from a bank, and I've had several owner-carried mortgages at 10%. My first bank-owned mortgage was 9.125%. It was 9.25%, but I opened an account. They knocked it down to 9.125%. Typical bank stuff, right? But listen, you can make a fortune. You absolutely can do it. You know, I tell people, take the mentoring survey. I have a mentoring survey. And people know, I'll tell you, don't bother. Or, you know, just keep watching the free stuff. You know, get it in the book. That's my polite way of saying you're not ready for the mentorship. You know, I want people that will succeed. And I'm not saying you won't, but some people come in a little immature. You know, people ask really stupid questions, boy. Like if you text me right now and you say, hey, Tom, what do you think about flipping houses? Well, then I know you haven't put in this much time to watch my channel, okay? If you ask me about industrial property, what do I think about industrial property? If you don't know how I feel about industrial property, you haven't watched enough of my show, my videos. And I'm not going to waste time on people, because if that's the kind of person you are, I know you're going to take this book and you're not going to read it, or you're going to read just a piece of it. The videos, you're probably going to think about ice cream or something, your girlfriend, while you're watching them. You're not going to pay attention. You got to have a passion for it. You got to want it. The people that want it, the people that are, you know, engaged, and believe me, I have people have made more than, I think, 100 classes now that have spent 3 to 4 hours with me in a Zoom, and it's not a boring moment. It's everybody is glued because we love it. It's our passion. We like to make money. And if you want to be a part of that, get in the mentorship. But there's no guarantee I'm going to let you in. But you know, fill out the mentoring survey. I'll call you up. Listen, even if you're young, young. Believe me, I'm not going to knock you for being young, because I started at 19 years old. But if I feel like you're not concentrating enough, I'm going to tell you. I'm just going to say, look, stick to the free stuff. You know, do this, that. You know, I'll give you some. You know, I'll give you some constructive criticism, okay? And I'll give it to you for free. You know, I just, you know, you have to want it. You have to want it. If you don't want it, you're never going to be good at it. And, hey, Keith, I'm so glad to see you in here. Keith, I hope that barbershop's doing better than it was last time you mentioned. You know, and it's the other great thing. I made so many friends, and I'm looking forward to traveling around the country here and meeting so many of the people that I've been seeing face-to-face on Zoom and have been participating. Let me jump in here real quick. Got a few comments. Russ just wrote, I just rented a 4-bedroom for $3,000 a month, about $600 more than what I thought. Wow. All within one day and about 15 applications. Yeah, Russ, I'm actually blown away quite a bit. I've got a building I've been renting for pretty cheap. I won't say exactly how cheap right now, but the buildings near my building, and I got leases coming up, are renting for 2.5 times. So in other words, you know, I'm talking, I get $40,000 a month for a building I've been renting for, you know, closer to $16,000 a month. And, you know, that's the other thing is, you know, that when you make a lot of money, guess what? You can be nice to the people you want to be nice to, whether it's a tenant. You know, you don't have to, you know, I don't have to charge every penny just because I can take advantage and do it. I don't do it. I don't have to. And, you know, and that's the beauty. Sometimes you're not in a position to do that. Then that's the best thing about making a lot of money, is that you can help the people that you would help. You know what I mean? Everybody knows, you know, everybody's been in a position where they would have liked to help somebody, but they couldn't afford to help them. Well, it's nice to be able to afford to help people and being able to do it when you want to. Como wrote, hi, Tom, bought the book and have a question. After buying under market deals, do you still renovate the property up to market standard, diminishing the return, or do you just clean and put on? You know, Como, those are all things that you decide for yourself. I never purposely leave money on the table. I mean, if I can, I'll flip a fixer-upper as a fixer-upper. I won't do a damn thing to it. As long as I make my margin that I want to make, I don't have to, I mean, I had a restaurant one time I fixed up and cleaned up real nice, and I was trying to win favor over the neighborhood, to be honest. I had already bought probably 15, 20 houses in there. A lot of people worried. There was rumors going around that I was going to tear down all these houses and put in a Walmart, and just stupid shit that couldn't possibly happen. But somebody was running around scaring the old people, trying to get in my business. And I ended up, well, I won't talk about it, but I gave them a hard time later on. Anyways, but so yeah, no, I don't, I've done plenty of renovations, but I don't renovate just for the hell of it. I don't renovate. I mean, that's a job. People say, oh, you love buying fixer-uppers? No, I love buying property that's worth more than I'm paying for it, whether it's a fixer-upper. I mean, nothing I like better than buying a house that's been taken care of for 30, 40 years, and even though it's dated, it's perfect condition. I'll sell it just like that. You know, I might, you know, I mean, you'll find out, you know, when you start updating, it gets expensive. You know, I don't mind taking stuff that looks trash and needs to be repaired and fixed up. That's kind of a necessity, right? But when you got something that's just a little bit dated, you know, maybe change out the countertops or, I don't know. It's all subjective because you can put in a brand new, you know, stainless steel, dishwasher in some kitchen, kind of a nice, clean, old kitchen. And then you put that in there, and all of a sudden, the whole place looks 10 times older than it did. You should have just left the white-faced one that was in there originally. I've even put one in, and then I said, I can't take it. Pulled it out and just put the old one back in. It just wasn't worth it. It damaged it. It was going to hurt me in the long run. Anyways, Keith wrote, the book is an instruction manual to making money. Thanks, Keith. Appreciate that. Regarding the barbershop, it's doing better, but could have been worse if I did not take the mentorship or read the book. Oh, well, glad to hear that, too. How are you getting these deals? Well, how about I just write it down real quick, okay? It doesn't work that way. You're going to have to put in some time, JJ. Get the book, watch some programs, and you'll start figuring it out. You know, it's always crazy when somebody asks you a question that you've already condensed into, you know, a couple hundred pages or, you know, into hundreds of videos. And I'm not knocking you, but I'm just telling you, JJ, you got to put in some time, take some time, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, watch the channel. Hey, everybody, thanks for coming in. I'm going to run. Be sure to, share, subscribe, all that sort of thing. I'll let you see some people here that have made money, and we'll see you.
Stop and listen. Time is on a mission to eliminate all the snake oil and the fake gurus that fake y'all. He'll show you how to build an empire, starting with nothing but a desire. All you really need is a good mentor, not a used car bullshit. With time, you'll learn to crush it. Investing like Warren Buffett. With real estate, you cannot procrastinate. Everyone who hesitates is left at the starting gate. Hey, yo, so don't delay and join today. The mentorship and flip anything. USA, go.